That was great, kids. Now that marvelous man who makes marvelous movies of marvelous people. What am I so out of breath for? I wasn't in the number. Mr. Ken Murray.
With a little movie camera and a brand new car. Well, he had a lot of fun with his little movie camera, 'cause this funny man was a movie fan. So he never stopped grinding away, taking pictures of the stars and working at play. And there's just as much fun to run today. Hey, everybody, over to Ken Murray's house for home movies. Home movies. Home movies of the movie star.
Oh, Judy, have I got some film for you tonight?
Really? What is it?
I am not kidding you. Among other things, I brought something that you're really going to get a kick out of.
Tell me.
I have the screen test of one of the biggest movie stars in the entire motion picture history. A man is really a legend. And I'm not going to tell you who it is. You're going to have to watch. Incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something. You know, on lots of shows, people come out and they say, well, I haven't met you before, I haven't heard this joke, and you have the feeling it was rehearsed. But in this case, it's absolutely true. And how it happened was that when Judy invited me on her show, she said,
I didn't want to see them because I wanted to be surprised.
That's right. I said, what do you want me to bring down? You said, just bring home movies. I want to be surprised. Now, the first part of this film was taken in 1927. And you know, you found out yourself that when people come from out of town, the one thing they want to do is see inside of a movie studio.
Yes, right.
Isn't that right?
Right.
Well, I felt the same way when I got here in 1927. And this first shot is the first movie set that I ever was on. Here it is. That's John Barrymore and Dolores Costello.
How marvelous. What movie is that?
That's, I don't know, the Sea Beast or something. Look at the fellow playing the violin.
Not the Sea Beast.
Yeah, and the director. Listen, the musician looks like he parted his hair with a violin bow.
Who's that lady?
Yeah, that's Dolores Costello.
Oh.
And the director was talking to him, you know, he'd pick up the
Was that the violin player? Was he underscoring the...
Yeah, no, mood music. Just
well,
playing.
Was he in the scene?
No, he wasn't in the scene. He's just playing it off screen. You know, he says, kiss her, John, kiss her, see? And
you don't even have any titles.
Yeah, he says, cut. He said, Mr. Barrymore, it's time for lunch. Afterwards, at lunchtime, I went outside. There I am, 24 years old.
My goodness.
Yeah, and I got a shot of John Barrymore coming out to lunch. Here it is. This is. He was handsome. Look at this.
Yes, he was.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, still good looking under these standards, would you say?
Oh, under any standards.
Any standards. Now that was the first movie set. Now 2 years later, I came to RKO Studios to work in the first picture that they made there. Look at the difference in the lights, and the cameras had blimps on them.
Don't they still have them? I haven't been in movies that long.
Yeah. They had sound trucks on the street. You know something funny? I made up very early in the morning. I have a shot of myself coming out of my dressing room. Here I am.
Is that you? Oh. That's Cary Grant. My goodness.
Well, there I am.
There you are.
There is a resemblance.
No, not really when you think of it.
Well, we both had tails up.
Yeah.
Look at that. Buddy Rogers.
Yes.
Remember Buddy? He was America's boyfriend at that time. And John Bowles was making Rita Rita. There's John Bowles with Governor Rolfe of California.
That is John Bowles?
Yes, and they had two fellas from New York, Wheeler and Woolsey. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Burt Wheeler and Robert Woolsey.
They were marvelous.
RKO put them in the driver's seat. You can see that. And right next door, the biggest thing on the lot, though, at that moment, was Rudy Valley.
Yeah.
He was there. He is, Rudy Valley.
He's got the same hair he has now.
Yeah.
So is she.
Yeah. That's Sally Blaine. That's Loretta Young's sister.
Oh yeah.
Now watch as this camera pans over and watch this great lady making her first
Oh God.
first talkie.
That's Marie
Dressler.
Marie Dressler.
Yeah, wait to see this look she gives this woman. Look. And there she is kidding. What does she
I
want?
love that hat.
Yeah.
Heavenly hat.
Here is the last. Here's the last scene of the picture, and I kept it in because watch the look on Sally Blaine's face. Now, mind, she has just kissed the #1 lover of the world at that moment. You know. Now watch her face. Watch.
Oh! Great.
And this was right next door, Paramount Studio, and Mary Pickford came over to welcome Bing Crosby, who was...
Is she driving?
Yeah, she's driving, yes. That was one of those new compact cars in those days.
One of the little jobs.
Yes, and she came in. Bing Crosby was making his first picture.
Who's that
at
with
Paramount.
her?
I don't know. I never got his name.
Is he driving?
Here's Bing. Here's Bing coming out to meet. Look at...
Oh,
When the blue of the night means the gold of the curls.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Interesting. That was the first time they ever met.
Diffused.
They were making a lot of pictures on the lot at that time. There's Constance Bennett and Gilbert Rowland.
Oh.
And there's Maurice Chevalier. Now this was the
Which
set
one?
of that's Baby Leroy with him.
Baby Leroy?
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
He is now 6'2".
Yes.
Incidentally, it was 25 years before I got another shot on a set with Chevalier. This was taken over in Gigi. Look at
Oh, there's Louis.
There's our
Yeah.
friend. This was taken over in... now, that's the original Maxine set. And the fellow by the camera there has the distinction of being the only cinematographer that won 4 Academy Awards and 10 nominations. And you know him, Joe Ruttenberg.
Oh, my, yes.
Joe
Oh,
Rutten. He
my.
made Lily Mars with
Yes,
you,
he did.
I believe. And I want to tell you, taking pictures on that set was really murder. Oh, I tell you. The assistant there's Chevalier, there's Zsa Zsa, and there's our friend Louis Jourdan over there.
Yes, that makes
Yeah.
right.
It was awful trying to get set. Now, here's some more shots taken 30 years ago. He had his arm in a sling and he got hurt. There's Alison Skipworth,
Allison.
and there's Richard Allen.
Who's that little fellow? The one
And
who broke Maurice's arm.
And that's Marie Dressler, first time, or rather Marie Dressler.
Great Scott.
Marlene Dietrich.
I think
Listen,
so.
and now here comes the surprise for you.
What's
I have
it?
Maurice Chevalier's test, the first time that he ever sang Louise.
Let's-
Here it is. Test, Chevalier, take one.
Every little breeze seems to whisper, Louise. Birds in the trees seem to twitter, Louise. Each little rose tells me it knows I love you. I love you. Every little beat that I feel in my heart seems to repeat what I felt at the start. Each little sigh tells me that I adore you. Louise. Just to see and hear you is joy I never knew. But to be so near you thrills me through and through. Anyone can see why I wanted your kiss. It had to be, but the wonder is this. Can it be true? Someone like you could love me, Louise.
You know, a lot of crazy things happen on television, and things you never get a chance to see, actually. And, like, for instance, we have Martha Ray on the show this week, and well, a lot of things happened at dress rehearsal that I thought you would like to see. She just, well, we didn't know what she was going to do next, and I think you might be interested in it. Want to see it? Here it is.